I want to talk. Which I want to talk about. Y'all want to talk about Chris Rock? None of us have seen it though, right?
No. I saw. It's an hour long, so I'd say like
1 hour.
45 minutes of it.
Okay.
Because I was trying to. Because I just found out about it this morning.
Me too.
I just looked up.
I didn't know about it either.
I looked at the notes, and that was the first or the second thing or whatever. Like, and I was like, wait, that shit came out?
Is it a show?
It's
Is it
on
on
Netflix
Showtime?
too.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix.
So while I was getting Yeah. So
What's it called? Selective Outrage?
Yeah.
Selective Outrage, yeah.
Yeah, so he ties that theme up together, but he doesn't start talking about the Will Smith slap until like later.
See, I just saw
I was
the Will
just
Smith.
leaving.
I just saw the Will Smith, just like a 4-minute bit of him going on a rant from the special today, yeah.
Oh, really?
I saw it on Instagram, and I haven't seen none of the full thing. I just saw that 4-minute bit. So, I mean, I don't even have that much context. I just know he was letting that chopper fly. He was letting him have it. Like,
Yeah.
he was like...
He did a good job of foreshadowing to it because he made a joke about Snoop Dogg. He was like, hey, this like Snoop Dogg, like when did Snoop Dogg become Morgan Freeman? Like he's selling mortgages and, he's like hanging out with Martha Stewart and, and then he was like, no, I'm not making fun of Snoop Dogg. I don't want any more beef with any rappers because it doesn't go good. Everybody started laughing because, Will Smith is a rapper. Then later on, he did a Beyonce joke. And then he was like, which was kind of good. He was saying like Beyonce is so fine that she could be working at Burger King and still land a Jay-Z. And he was saying, but the opposite way, if Jay-Z was working at Burger King, he wouldn't land a Beyonce. Like Beyonce would be checking for a nigga that works at Burger King. And then he was like, look, I have respect for Jay-Z. I don't want any more beef with rappers.
Right.
And I was like, that's another foreshadow. And then eventually he ripped the Band-Aid off and started talking about Will Smith.
Okay, yeah.
So it was a good setup, a good structure.
It had to be addressed. Either way.
Yeah, because he was just at some point he's going to talk about it, but he would just keep slowly building to it, but talking about other stuff in the middle.
I don't know how much those tickets cost. I'm sure they were really expensive, but that's all anybody wanted to hear about.
Literally, yeah.
Everybody that paid that ticket.
But apparently, based off what I've seen, if he's warming it up, he's a master of his work. So,
it's not filler until then.
Yeah,
but no,
it's
good material.
I saw a tweet. I got to look into more of Andrew Schultz's critique on Chris Rock because I just saw a tweet on Reddit or a post on Reddit, and it was like, I'm not surprised. Andrew's review of Chris Rock's special, because I think they might have done it on Patreon, watched it on Patreon and did commentary during like the people be doing that. You know what I'm saying? And apparently he was like critiquing it hard as fuck. Like Chris
can be good or bad. So,
in a negative way.
In a negative way.
But not trying to come off as a hater. That's what the tweet alluded to. I don't know. So I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, damn, has he always had kind of like a thing against him? I know he likes him, but does he also have like a coworker thing against him? Like, you won't recognize me. Everybody else has recognized me, but you, maybe. You're one of my idols. It could be one of those things.
I don't know. Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure.
I'll have to get the context before I even judge.
I'm going to just type in Andrew Schultz versus Chris Rock, and if it's something prevalent, there's a YouTube compilation.
They're both New Yorkers, right?
Yeah.
They're
new generation.
But why Chris Rock in particular?
I don't know, but
like he could literally have beef with any comedian.
Yeah, he could have beef with any comedian, but it'd be interesting to see if they. But
why Chris Rock? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
That would be weird.
It'd be interesting to dive into.
He's probably said something Chris Rock didn't like. I don't know.
Possibly, yeah.
He did mention Andrew Schultz at one point did mention somebody else. I can't remember. I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it was Dave Chappelle or somebody. It was somebody kind of big, but he did say like he went to shake his hand and Michael B. Jordan. He said, he doesn't know if Michael B. Jordan likes him because he's made a couple jokes about him, and then like Michael B. Jordan, he was sitting at a table and Michael B. Jordan showed up and he left his hand out to get his handshake, and he just left him kind of hanging.
Right. Yeah.
Like he shook everybody else's hand and then left him for last.
Right.
But his hand was still kind of out. So he was like, I don't know if he knows about the shit that I've said about him, because
you don't deny a handshake unless you don't. Yeah, that's pretty intentional.
Yeah.
That's like the first thing a man's taught on some shit.
You should expect a handshake.
Right.
Yeah, and if I don't get a handshake, you know everything about me.
Yeah.
You know exactly why.
And if you don't stand up when I shake your hand,
you know exactly why you don't want to shake my hand.
Yeah.
Right.
So, because they were talking about the whole
thing.
thing.
No question. Yeah, he ain't fucking with you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
There's a level of honor in expecting a handshake and not getting one.
Yeah.
Because they were talking about the thing with the chick that, on the red carpet thing. Like they were talking about that. So if he knows about that, I wonder if he knows about everybody who talks shit about him.
Man, a lot of these people are very aware of everyone that talks shit about them.
Yeah, people are always like celebrities always like to act like,
Some
oh,
people-
they don't.
read all
I
that
don't
shit.
Google myself. That's so
Right.
egotistical. But they be looking at their reviews and the reviews of their own art and shit.
Well, even if you don't, you pay somebody to sift through the shit.
Yeah, like Logic always hurt about Fantano,
Right.
Anthony Fantano, because they've had interviews with each other, and Logic always like, yeah, you always like giving my albums a bad review. Yeah,
I mean,
I can't lie.
yeah, can you blame them? I mean, they're not great either. The newest one, I did listen to the newest Logic album recently.
He came out of retirement.
Oh yeah, he's been out of retirement.
Never known
He's got a
anyone to
few-
actually listen to his music.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I've never been a
Nance listens
fan.
to
It's
his
my first.
music.
I listened to it recently. It was okay, I guess.
Nance
Nance-
looked like he listened to Logic.
Nance fucks with Logic, I think. You gotta ask him again, but I think he fucks with Logic.
It's like you just
Sick.
really gotta fuck with lyricists, I guess,
It ain't
or
even-
something.
yeah. It's
I
not
don't know,
even
or
that.
like I don't know.
It's
what to
the,
call
it's the
it.
biracial struggle for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Oh,
that's what that's what makes it off-putting to me. It's like this weird biracial
Yeah.
struggle. It's like, damn, we get it, bro.
I just want you to pick one.
But
of
just
them.
on
Yeah,
every,
damn,
but on every album, like Fantano's recent review of his album, like he was saying, like he was like sort of like, yeah, okay, we know this. Like he hasn't said. He was basically saying he hasn't said anything new on this
Right.
new project that
Yeah.
he hasn't said before. You know,
I
so
got you.
it's like I agree. Yes, people overestimate you. Lyrical miracle stuff. You know, like yeah. But yeah, so
Honestly, I think what would help him a lot is if he actually like did some diss records to people. Like if he played offense for real,
True.
outside of against blogs and stuff like that, I think he would have more respect and you can have all your struggles. You can talk about all the topics that niggas typically don't fuck with. But as long as you bite somebody's head off, we're like, hey, leave him alone.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
like go ahead, Machine Gun Kelly. Go ahead.
Right? Yeah. You do your
Sure.
thing because we know you about that. We know you're
You
willing
left
to
rap
strap
because
up
you
for
can't
war.
do it.
You know, we know a lot is we gotta know you're willing to strap up.
Yellow
Like, you
Wolf.
want to be docile
Yellow
too.
Wolf. Oh my God, I haven't heard that name in a long
Right?
time. Yellow Wolf.
That's
That's
like
like
he's going like deep cuts at all
I
the
used to
white
like
rappers.
him.
yeah.
Yellow Wolf started selling them coffee stain shirts, and it was over after that.
Really?
The
You
what?
remember that shit?
I know what you're talking
Say what?
Y'all don't remember that?
about. It was like pre-dirtied shirts.
What?
Yeah, they were- yeah.
Yellowstone. Yeah, he made a lot of money.
He did,
I
he
ain't
did.
gonna lie to you.
He did. It's
Yellow
that white
Wolf,
trash shit.
Yellow is that white trash shit. Yellow Wolf was selling white tees that literally looked like it had a coffee stain.
Coffee stain.
Like you dropped the whole coffee, like
Dirty.
down the front of your shirt,
Right.
and sold millions of them. I think.
The
Millions
filthy
of
line.
Unreal.
Dirty.
Disgusting shirts.
Yeah.
The shirt looked nasty when you see people wearing it. You're like,
Unreal.
It's like
you're
dirty,
like,
but I don't even care.
Yeah, this shit looked too good.
Yeah.
Sold millions of them, bro.
That's sick.
I'm just giving him millions. I don't know if he really sold millions, but I know he made a lot. I know he made a bag from that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, I know what you're
But
talking
once
about,
he
too.
did that, though, Yellow Wolf was never with the black community again. Like it was over after that.
Yeah.
I didn't hear nothing about no damn Yellow Wolf.
They tried. They tried. Eminem tried to sign. He tried to make Lightning Strike twice.
Yeah,
It didn't
yeah.
work out.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this